I'm on the MSTs right now for like a murder. You know what I'm saying? Like for a murder. When they hate you, they frame you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like in due time, like I'm still gonna be giving it back my child. I'm still gonna be putting on for the cool kids. Cause I ain't gonna start recording. And I'm just gonna run cause I'm scared to death. The police, you know what they do. When you in the state store, it just will blew you out. They hate you, they frame you. When they hate you, they frame you. Remember that, man. But listen how notorious skinny me beat the weight off. Y'all should let me come on, my diesel's on, man.
Break it down like a shotgun.
Yeah, no, spring the word like a shotgun. And it's the count, and I'm going to this motherfucker 50 grand strong. Okay, everybody know I have the damn though. I don't see my club. I ain't that. Hey, no, I'm the realest nigga living. I just happen to rap, man. That's it, man.
Cam Hill on my blues when I got the chapel call, my dog gone. The only time I missed the prison yard. Officer lot to get my mind straight. I rode around with the lifers we add to the murder rate. But I was there on the gun charge and not no murder case. On that bus to Hoxdale, they barely used their brakes. The jail was super sweet, the food was really great. I'm purple hearted. Many asked me was I crippled blood. You see me reciting these sorrows and I bet you heard of fudge. Man, I'm calm, cool, collected, plus I'm above average, gun pack. This lad I got, it hold it sins, they know I maxed it. They let me out, then the murder happened. They killed my niggas, and I went and got revenge for them. All this anger in me, I could rip your head off. You know it's real when you upstate and you get the chapel call. Your man gone, your man gone, your man gone. Wood got murdered, Rock got murdered. Roch got murdered, Quam deserved it. 24/7 strapped, never nervous. I know lurking, I take a shot to give a shot.
It all began with the Body Snatchers. The Body Snatchers was a rap/street group that hung around 29th Street in North Philly. A group founded by Skinny and other people including Sherm around 2005 and 2006. We'll talk about Sherm in a minute. They were based around 29th Street near Jefferson and Newkirk. Beyah, Skinny's older brother, was incarcerated on a gun charge during that time. Beyah was a mainstay in the streets and well regarded by the neighborhood. Skinny was highly respected and known for standing up for his friends as well. The conflict between Cecil B. Moore and 25th and Clifford was fueled by the fact that someone's grandmother lived on 29th Street where the Body Snatchers hung out, causing some of the older people to go against a group of young, wild street kids. A rift in the neighborhood started. Skinny ended up getting locked up around the time his older brother Beyah was getting released. Beyah, an old school figure, didn't particularly like the younger members of the group. An incident occurred allegedly over a stolen gun where Beyah confronted and assaulted a friend of Skinny's named Chauncey. Afterwards, that friend threatened to retaliate. Eventually, Chauncey was murdered and it was attributed to Beyah. He was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. He vigorously denies his involvement and has been trying to appeal his sentence for years, unsuccessfully. Beyah had a personal vendetta against the person who allegedly stole the gun, and the story is up for debate until this day. The gun in question may not have been stolen after all, but at the end of the day, I have no idea what happened, so I just want to communicate the fact that Beyah was convicted of this murder and sentenced to life.
I'm a J Street rapper. I'm rapping where I stand at. Waistline ain't hold no belt. That's where that thing at. Body snatchers rushing your spot and get your mom sacked. 50 yards back. That 50 shot mag. That pussy boy hustle for echo. Your bundles at. I fucking know that. Bring your true color. I aim and let it pop out. He was known for stealing Johnny. Shots in that magic disappear. Oceanic. I call cousin Ashley. Tell about that homie. Get your body snatched somewhere far they can't find it. Same mad flow, you still pause when you rap. Reach and clap your back, shit just smoke like that reefer. Lee, he was jerking y'all niggas, pay y'all sneakers. Glock 4 fever, that's my favorite heater. Whoever know your mouth to live a deep freezer. Shot my nigga mine, babe casino. Check it. Yo, I said I'm fresh off the layoff. Money on my mind, shit. I was on the grind, I just had to take a day off. Niggas better lay off before I do them like the Body catch niggas when I spray off. Mac 10s, ARs, aim with a steady shot. You softer than an ounce of blow. Why they call you Roddy Rock? Wait, let's get back to Beyah. Shots I'm making brains, 16 from the chopper. Gunning down proper, just to let you know that I keep a big bird and I trash you like Oscar. You wanna walk? Come on, cause it's nothing, dog. I flow something like a 12 gauge dumping off. You want, went easy.
Body snatch. We catch murders, man up, and we don't regret that. My youngin' gone, ain't even have a youngin' yet. He killed Roch, you wanna know, I couldn't stomach that. I love Shorty, but he ain't ghost, he never coming back. My attitude, you gotta put me where the nil at. I still pray to a Lord, they get their wills back. If I sun the smoke, I be that loud pack. With that thing on my hip, that'll push the crowd back.
Abbas Parker, or Skinny Me, was born on Jefferson and Hollywood in the heart of North Philly. As he grew up, it became one of the many things he pledged allegiance to, his block. 29th and Jefferson, or J Street as it's known in Philly, is literally one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Philadelphia. People say that a lot, but this is really one of the roughest parts of town. Brewery Town, as is known, where Jefferson and 29th Street is located, is an area where violent crime is up 312% above the national average in the year 2020. Skinny came up in the early and mid 2000s, an era where there wasn't an abundance of opportunity in the area where he grew up. While the streets and crime isn't a viable option for most, there are some in society drawn to its culture and mysticism. Sometimes your family is already involved, or sometimes your parents aren't around to guide you in the right direction. In Skinny Me's case, his mom and dad were present in his life, but he somehow wound up going down the path he went. In the mid to late 2000s, he started rapping. He said when his friend Mont died of a heart attack while rapping, that was his way of paying homage to him. Around this time, in 2009, Skinny went by the rap name Beyah. People around the way called him Baz. Baz has a few brothers and a sister, and one of his brothers died in a motorcycle accident a few years back. This is also around the time when his older brother Beyah went to prison. Beyah had a reputation around the neighborhoods similar to Skinny's. Hard, ruthless, and he got his respect through violence. They share the same mother and father, but Beyah is a little older than Skinny. On September 23, 2008, a criminal complaint was filed charging Abbas Parker AKA Beyah with first-degree murder of Chauncey Miller, or Roch. Roch's grandma says she overheard Beyah on the phone with her grandson. She says that Roch wanted her to tell Beyah that he had nothing to do with the missing gun. Shortly after that, another witness said they saw Beyah shoot Chauncey in the street. Watching this trial and his brother get convicted gave Skinny Me an up-close and personal look at the justice system and how sometimes it isn't fair. Beyah met A.R. Abb in Houtzdale Prison. A.R. Abb said, quote, "When Beyah came out the hole, we were all in the yard. You know, the yard in prison is real geographical. So you got North Philly over here, West Philly over here, South Philly over here, Uptown over here. But when Beyah came out, he walked right over to the North Philly dudes, and I could tell his rank without anyone saying a word. When Abb came home, he linked with Skinny with the blessing of Beyah. After Skinny Me and OBH became affiliated, that's when the name Skinny Me really started to pop. But almost as soon as the recognition of the city started to come, it was all over.
Said Skinny sturdy. And then I guess him and his old rap partner separated. And Skinny came and said, listen, I'm fucking with you, Ed. We together. Then it was situations in the street situation that caused for Skinny to get brutal. Everything, if I say Skinny get in the car and go catch a triple murder, I understand he gonna do it. It ain't even like a joke. And Beyah, you gotta understand, Beyah was the most feared nigga in our prison. That kinda kept me out of trouble. I'm with the North Philly niggas. So when Beyah came out the hole, when he came around the North Philly niggas, I understood his rank without nobody saying it. When he first got in the streets, he came to me. He sold drugs for me. Y'all know who he is. This is my little brother, Skinny.
Notorious.
That boy about 130 pounds of horror. Guess what? This is what I like about Skinny Me music, man. It's just raw, like reality rap. Skinny Me go through a situation. Guess what? It's gonna be in the song. He gonna make a song about it the same day.
A reckless anthem.
When he said I killed the nigga and I did that, I seen him do it.
Quack, another friend of Skinny's who was originally from 25th and Master, was also involved in a murder incident and was sentenced to life in prison as well. After Skinny's release, Beyah's life sentence continued and Skinny formed Murder Gang with a group of young members including Osama, who was the cousin of Ready Rock.
I move like peanut lie with the A. No shell trace, bullets right and stuck in your face. Northside real, and no, we ain't desperate for deals. I kill your goon and he know that I will. Them niggas started us.
We them Northside niggas, J Street niggas, Murder Gang. It speak for itself. We all killers, blood in, blood out. We ain't fucking with side switches. We all vicious, we all different.
Osama's association with the group was due to his friendship with Skinny and Beyah. During this time period is when Fat G's and Osama engaged in a public feud.
When I met y'all was on my dick. And put them batteries all in your back, nigga, I lost some shit. I don't know where they felt you, son. But since your dad a rat, hey, holla, let me clown you, son. Who the fuck wanted what? You little toughs better double up. I'm about to deke a couple cats, you know. I sent them close to the God. I killed Skinny one line, trying to focus on side, you know. Skinny me? Nah, Skinny flee. Let me tell you why these pussies envy me. Hating cause they couldn't get a verse for free. Fucking up that back money, getting work for Onyx, you ain't rock nobody. You was always jamming shit, you ain't shot nobody. When you got hit, you ain't gon' drop nobody. You was never in the mansion, you don't know nobody. And we gon' keep cutting till Onyx drop it. Y'all ain't never murdered shit while y'all niggas lying. And y'all never laid the op, y'all the ones dying. Onyx down on the holiday, Bass down on the holidays. The first of the year, your man Skinny get a first of the month. I get you shot from your feet to your head. Filled up to the top, pussy nigga will slide to your block. Y'all land OBH added your life.
But Fat G's held respect for Skinny Me and avoided direct conflict with the group, besides diss tracks. Later, Ab, who had a history with Beyah from their time in prison, connected with Skinny Me and Murder Gang on the streets. Skinny supported his friends, helping them with music and social media, and now with Ab, that promotion would get easier. However, some individuals on 29th Street felt jealous, believing that Skinny was favoring Ab and OBH over them. Nevertheless, Skinny's genuine personality and reputation earned him widespread respect even from his enemies.
I'm trying to introduce y'all to a whole nother branch right here.
Murder Gang, suckers. Dig what I'm saying? We ain't a gangster ain't afraid to be around gangsters. Dig what I'm saying? And the best man get the drop in this shit, you know what I mean? We don't prefer shootouts. The best man get the drop. You know what I mean? And this ad right here. You know what I mean?
I make a phone call, niggas sliding on niggas.
No bullshit. The Murder Gang, suckers. We around like that. OVH. Body Gang.
This nigga Kelp probably bigger than my drink, man. I'm gonna keep it on your yard.
Oh, and I'm a little nigga.
This nigga Kelp something
I'm a
serious,
little
man.
nigga. Like I told you last time, man, just fake my age, nigga.
Yeah.
These other niggas, I'm 17. When you go down, you know I'm 17.
Despite Skinny's good-hearted nature and loyalty to his friends, some tried to undermine him out of jealousy, but they knew not to mess with him directly due to his militant demeanor and connections with Murder Gang and OBH. The once strong friendship from the Body Snatchers had become strained. A lot of them weren't cool anymore, as I mentioned earlier, including Skinny and Sherm. In May 2017, Skinny became angry about a rap diss that Sherm released about him on Sherm's Instagram page. On the evening of September 11th, 2017, Sherm was driving a scooter on North 22nd Street when he was shot 6 times at close range, resulting in his death. Responding police officers learned from an eyewitness that the shooter got into a white Jeep Cherokee and fled the scene after the murder. The eyewitness provided the vehicle's license plate number, and upon investigation, police learned that it was registered to AR Ab at 3234 North Sydenham Street in North Philadelphia. Officers went to that address, observed the vehicle on the street, and obtained a search warrant for the premises. In their search of the premises, police recovered a cell phone. Police then obtained a search warrant for the cell phone and determined that it was owned by Skinny. The search of the cell phone revealed that in the days leading up to the murder, Skinny saved screenshots of Sherm's Instagram page and a photo of Sherm in front of his house, and the Redfin page associated with Sherm's address. Police recovered surveillance video of the shooting from a nearby church and pole camera. A homicide detective, Special Agent Brian Peters, was familiar with Skinny Me and identified him as the shooter from the surveillance videos. Police arrested Abbas Parker, or Skinny, and charged him with murder and related offenses. During the ensuing investigation, police discovered that after the murder, Skinny created 2 rap music videos, Bloodos and Notorious, in which the lyric, according to them, recounted a murder by shooting that was committed under circumstances similar to those surrounding the death of Sherman Williams. Before trial in February of 2020, the Commonwealth filed a notice of its intent to admit the evidence from Skinny Me's cell phone and the rap videos of Skinny Me performing Bloodos and Notorious. In March 2020, Skinny Me filed a motion in limine seeking to prohibit Special Agent Peters from identifying him in the surveillance videos. In September 2021, Skinny Me filed a motion to suppress the evidence recovered from his cell phone on the basis that police lacked probable cause to obtain the warrant and that the warrant was overbroad. The matter proceeded to a jury trial at which the trial court allowed the Commonwealth to play the Bloodos videos for the jury with sound and allowed a portion of the Notorious video to be played without sound for the purpose of showing Skinny Me's movements and mannerisms. The government used witness testimony, camera footage, cell phone records, police testimony, and most controversial was the move to admit the rap videos and the lyrics. At the conclusion of trial, the jury found Skinny Me guilty of all charges: first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, possession of an instrument of crime, carrying a firearm without a license, and carrying a firearm in public in Philadelphia. The trial court immediately sentenced Skinny to mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder. Skinny filed a post-sentence motion, which the trial court denied. Skinny then filed a timely notice of appeal, and his appeal was then heard. Abbas Parker raises the following issues for our review, said the court. Did the court below err in admitting the lyrics from the rap videos? 2. Did the court below err in not granting the motion to suppress evidence obtained from the search and seizure of Skinny Me's cell phone? 3. Did the court err in allowing Agent Parkers to identify Skinny Me from the police camera and church video when those identifications were not based solely on personal observation of Skinny, but rather were a product of collective knowledge of the police department and other law enforcement agencies? And 4, did the prosecutor commit prosecutorial misconduct in her closing arguments? With Skinny Me convicted and serving a life sentence, this is his last chance at saving his freedom. In his first issue raised, Skinny Me, or Abbas Parker, challenges the trial court's decision to omit the lyrics from the rap video Bloodos and Notorious. Skinny Me argues that rap is artistic expression and references other court cases where rap lyrics were inadmissible. However, the judge argues that since the lyrics were recorded after the murder and has lyrics that would lead a reasonable person to believe that the lyrics were about a specific event, especially if prosecutors can make any link between the lyrics and the crime itself. These features do not exempt such writings from jury consideration where the lyrics describe details that mirror the crime charged. The trial court considered Skinny Me's first issue and determined that it lacked merit. The trial court's opinion read, "Here, Skinny challenges the omission of lyrics from both rap videos Notorious and Bloodos. However, lyrics from Notorious were never presented at trial. In Bloodos, Skinny raps several lyrics that mirror the actual events surrounding the decedent Sherman Williams' murder. First, in the chorus of the song, Skinny states, broad day I shoot ya, I take your head Medusa. The decedent was shot before 6 p.m. in early September during daylight hours on a busy thoroughfare next to an active shopping center. Furthermore, the decedent wore his hair in dreadlocks, which resemble the hair of the Greek mythical figure Medusa, the government argued.
I get bloody from my blood oaths. Broad day I shoot ya, I take your head Medusa. I need my blood like a vampire, I can't retire.
Next, he raps that he and Moss pick you off as the music video pans to Malik West sitting next to him. Video evidence established that Malik West followed Skinny immediately after he shot Sherm and that the two men returned to the residence on North Sydenham Street immediately following the murder.
Pacifier, me and Moss, we pick you off, we don't fumble balls. We rhyme reckless, so brides don't hit the brakes at all.
Additionally, Skinny raps that his last murder was, quote, brutal and, quote, unsolved. The song was released in early 2018 while the case was still being investigated, the court wrote. Next, he raps, best man get the drop, shot with a hollow. The decedent was shot with .40 caliber ammunition of Hornady .40 caliber with 7 remaining cartridges, all of which were hollow point at the Sydenham Street residence. Finally, he raps that he does not care to aim because he, quotes, get close. The decedent was shot at close range. In fact, eyewitnesses told detectives that Skinny's, quote, stood over top of the decedent as he fired. Video evidence corroborates the witness's recollection, showing him firing while standing directly over Sherman Williams.
My last murder was brutal, and I mentioned it's unsolved. Oh, fuck you noodles, my niggas just want this duck sauce. Best man get the drop, you shot with a hollow. Think I'm a game, take you on the limbo. Fuck all that aim shit, nigga, I get close.
Therefore, in Blood Oaths, Skinny raps about a previous murder he committed that was, quote, unsolved right after the course that references shooting Medusa in broad daylight. He additionally references hollow point ammunition and shooting at close range. As stated above, each of these lyrics correspond with details of the decedent's murder. As such, the lyrics sufficiently mirrored actual events enough to dispel risk that the lyrics were purely fictional. Accordingly, the lyrics of Blood Oaths were properly admitted and no relief is due, wrote the court. The court found no issue or abuse of discretion by admitting the lyrics. Relief was not afforded on Skinny's first claim. In his second issue, Skinny challenges the trial court's denial of his motion to suppress evidence obtained from the search of his cell phone. And basically, what Skinny is saying here is that if the cops ask for a search warrant and does not specify exactly what he's looking for, that can be a violation of the Fourth Amendment. The particularity requirement prohibits a warrant that is not particular enough and a warrant that is overbroad. These two are separate, though related issues. A warrant that isn't particular enough will result in general rummaging through personal belongings, which is banned by the Fourth Amendment. An overbroad warrant is unconstitutional because it authorizes a general search and seizure. The court argued that search warrants should be read in a common sense fashion and should not be invalidated by hyper-technical interpretations. When police are searching for items related to a crime, the warrants must be sufficiently broad to encompass all items that possibly could contain material of evidentiary value. The court considered Skinny's second issue and concluded that it lacked merit. The court provided the following basis for its determination. Basically, they said that police specifically sought a search warrant to forensically examine the contents of the phone in order to assist in identifying potential witnesses, suspects, or persons present at 3234 Sydenham Street and present inside the described Jeep Cherokee at the time of the shooting and immediately after. As such, police saw evidence in the phone that would help them identify persons connected to the vehicle and the murder. Logically, police could not know what form this information would take. Similarly, the police could not know when this information would have been placed on the phone, which would make any temporary limit to the search unreasonable. The police, therefore, described it as reasonably possible the items they sought were on the phone. Various digital files that would help them identify persons present inside the Jeep that fled the scene could also be on the phone. Because the police were searching for items related to the Sherman Williams murder and the identity of the individuals who fled the scene of the shooting, the warrant needed to be sufficiently broad and encompass all items that could possibly contain material of evidentiary value. Thus, Skinny Me's second issue merits no relief, the judge's opinion read. In his third issue, Skinny Me, or Abbas Parker, challenges the trial court's denial of his motion to suppress Special Agent Peters' identification testimony. Skinny claims that Agent Peters' identification testimony was not based on his own perception, but instead was a product of the collective knowledge of law enforcement.
The collective knowledge doctrine. Under this doctrine, everybody that is involved in the police investigation has knowledge to support reasonable suspicion. So if Officer 1 goes to the scene of the crime, interviews the witness or interviews the victim, and they give them sufficient information to cause reasonable suspicion on the suspect, and they relay that out, say, over the air on the radio and say, we're looking for this person or this car. The knowledge that that person that actually got the firsthand information is basically spread to everybody working that investigation or working the road, has knowledge because we can rely on it. Think of it like a computer system that on the network. Everything's contained in one, but everything attached to it, associated with it, has the same knowledge that's on that main hub.
Special Agent Peters testified that he had up to 10 contacts with Abbas Parker during the agent's tenure as Philadelphia police detective in the homicide unit, and that Special Agent Peters further testified that based on these contacts, he could independently identify Parker. The agent explained that he worked for Central Detectives for 8 years and that during that time, he became familiar with a street gang / rap group called the Body Snatchers, of which Parker was an original member. The agent explained that he had at least 15 to 20 contacts with Parker, both in his neighborhood and also in downtown Philadelphia at the courthouse. The agent further indicated that at least 4 of those contacts were good, solid conversations, which were not just, hey, what's up, according to the agent. At the time of Sherman Williams' murder and ensuing investigation, he had known Parker for more than a decade and was able to recognize him through his mannerisms, tattoos, and his music. Skinny's third issue or claim was dismissed for lack of merit. And last but not least, his last Hail Mary was his claim that the prosecutor committed prosecutorial misconduct in her closing arguments by improperly vouching for the Commonwealth witnesses. Specifically, the prosecutor stated that it is hard to be a witness to a crime. It is harder still to be a witness to a crime in Philadelphia. And it is harder yet to be a witness to a murder in Philadelphia. The court almost dismissed this claim outright for lacking merit, but humorous Skinny Me was the response. To preserve a claim of prosecutorial misconduct for appellate review, a defendant must raise a contemporaneous objection before the trial court and then request either a mistrial or curative instructions, meaning an objection needs to be made by his lawyer at the time of the comments by the prosecutor. Then procedure would mandate they immediately move for a mistrial or other immediate measures. None of this was done. His last issue was dismissed for lack of merit. Being charged with murder in the city of Philadelphia opens you up to a system that you've been hearing about your whole life. Skinny Me knew the courts were not going to play fair with him, or at least give him the benefit of the doubt. He's everything city officials despise. He's young, brash, black, in your face, tatted up, and foul-mouthed. And most offensive to cops and law enforcement is the fact that he was a rapper and beloved by his community. Being charged with murder under those circumstances is almost impossible to beat, unless you are truly innocent. Skinny's reputation preceded him, having his name brought up in numerous homicide investigations and none of them sticking until this most recent one. He got respect all up and down Philly streets, but to get that respect, he had to be violent. Violence usually gets you a jail cell, so I guess you could say he's right where he's supposed to be. Rest in peace to those mentioned in this video, and I'm gonna leave it there for now. Thanks for watching American Confidential, and until next time, be safe.
My mother says her last memory of her son is a 10-minute conversation they had on the phone. Well, 30 minutes later, she says that he was shot repeatedly and died. Here's Rick Williams with this morning's Crime Fighters Report.
Sandra Brown says her son, Sherman Williams, is finally on the right track in life.
He was turning himself completely around, and he wasn't dealing with the same people that he was dealing with.
Brown says on Monday, September 11th, Williams was on his way back from paying his parking tickets. She says he called her at about 5 p.m. to check in.
We had a conversation for about 10 minutes.
That was the last time she talked to him. About 30 minutes later, the 29-year-old was shot multiple times along 22nd Street between Somerset and Lehigh Streets in North Philadelphia.
From what I can understand, him and some guy had some words. But I don't know what words were so powerful for this person to shoot my son in the back twice.
Williams died less than 2 hours later. The city of Philadelphia is offering up to $20,000 in reward money for the arrest and conviction of the person responsible. All you have to do is call the Citizens Crime Commission at 215-546-TIPS. All calls will remain anonymous. Brown says she's just waiting for the final piece of the puzzle to come together.
If anybody can shed any light on my son's case, I really would just want them to call the Crime Commission and just